doing. Make this a priority.
And now, it's time for Guys Not on the Radio with Shap.
He's a party on skates.
And JC.
The little girly man.
Shap.
If you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks you have a diamond.
And JC.
They think he's a righteous dude.
Is this it? I mean, is this 2 bowls of M&Ms and some balloons? You know what, Phyllis? I think you need to step it up. Because if I'm not mistaken, we gave you your wedding shower here. We all came into this room and gave you a golden shower.
That's disgusting. You are fake news.
You're killing me, Smalls.
It's Shap and JC. And the Guys Not on the Radio podcast.
Well, that sets up. I'm going to see a man about a wallaby.
Welcome back to another.
75.
Welcome back to the Guys Not on the Radio podcast. It's Shap, JC, and a couple other crazy characters in the room. It's episode 10. We hit double digits, man.
Yeah, how about it?
You grows up and you grows up and you grows up, I tell you. What's up, JC?
I'm figuring out levels so I don't screw them up. We were so quiet last week.
For the people that were watching live.
Yeah. So I'm trying to fix that up real quick, because I didn't spend the time like doing the getting everything set up before we started today. So,
by the way, we got people watching already online live on Facebook, and if the levels are like all jacked up or something, shameless self-promotion of my show, you can let us know. We can adjust those a little bit actually, so we can fix those up. So if it's like really quiet or something like that on the Facebook feed right now while we're live, so
like the engineer Bucky from WKRP.
Yeah. Is this mic on?
I know, so I'm trying to figure out. Am I just doing something stupid?
It's definitely like Bucky from WKRP.
There we go. We can hear him. Now we got him.
That is one. do you want us to call you by your real name here?
Nobody has called me by my real name in like.
So when people see
40
you now,
years.
like, see, we know you as Chris, but nobody does. Everyone just calls you, "Hey, Cowboy."
I'm still Cowboy. Yeah.
Still, "Hey, Cowboy." Cowboy from the numerous cowboy persona shows in the area.
Don't say the radio name because you'll get sued for $100,000 by some of my former employers.
Yeah, that's
you can't use that. I'm going to sue you for $100,000. Well, good fucking luck. I mean, really.
It's
how do you own the name Cowboy, for the love of God?
I mean, just
jealous Cowboys. I'm sure they called up Jerry Jones going, no. Can't use the name Cowboys now. We'll sue your ass.
Oh my gosh, this is appropriate for tonight's show a lot.
Oh, you can cuss on the interconnected web.
You can absolutely. There's no there's no rule against it.
No filter. Awesome.
Apparently, I'm you don't have. You can turn my computer up. I was trying to play.
I'm working.
Oh,
okay.
Mine is the knob down.
Where are you at?
I'm
right there. Okay. Dude, yeah, it is like WKRP up in this bitch.
It totally is. By the way, May Lee says we're a little quiet. Quiet, so
I got to fix.
Flarn filth.
That's for Cowboy. That's right there. So I'm just glad somebody's
I enjoyed that.
Somebody's going to have more cuss words tonight than me. So that's a rarity for this show. So that's good. So I usually I'm usually the leader of the pack. The other guy sitting next to us here is one of our guys on the radio, DJs, DJ Hot Lips. Tommy is here with us. Thank you. We'll get more into the Hot Lips later on during the show, I think. So, should we start the show now that we think we have levels correct now? Finally,
I think we're good.
Yeah, we can't hear Tommy.
Yeah, because you don't have a mic.
Your wife is funny. We can't hear Tommy. Join the club, okay?
You know what? And here's the thing with Tommy. Like, he's been with us. How long you been DJing for us?
Here. All right. Should I have a mic? Let me just take both. I've been DJing with Guys in the Radio DJ service for going on 6 years.
6?
6 years. This is probably one of the first times I've ever been around a mic.
Yeah, he won't ever go on the mic.
What the fuck do you have him do?
Yeah. I look good. That's
Tommy!
I look good.
You look
stand
good.
there. I look good.
You put a tux on with who they fucking have you just carry the speakers? 500-pound speakers. Just carrying. Jesus.
I'm a glorified roadie. I'm a glorified roadie.
Tommy is an excellent DJ and mixer, but like his consistent his I think the most I've ever heard him say in the microphone is "This one's going out by request." That's my
line. That's my line.
Really? Oh, so you're like a DJ at the strip club. You're like, this one. Now it's rain.
Gentlemen, put your hands together for Shelby.
And then play Boogie in the Butt by Eddie Murphy. Right? That's how that shit rolls.
Oh, my
Then they had
gosh.
to carry 250-pound speakers.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, they're not that heavy. Our stuff's not that bad, so.
Well, you're a young buck. When you get old like us, there's 3 tiers of old. There's like Santa Claus old here. Yeah. Boogie. I was at a strip club, and this is all they played. They would get... They'd get the Bachelor out, just like Tommy, sitting right there, and then they have all the strippers with their asses facing out, surrounding Tommy's face, and play Boogie in Your Butt. That was awesome.
You know, if you played it now at a strip club, they'd look at you like, "What the hell is this shit?" They'd be like, "What is this?" They would not get the joke. What the fuck? They would be all pissed off. They'd be like, "I can't do any blow to this song. What the hell?" If it's not like Saliva or I don't know, some other like loud active rock band, then it's definitely some ghetto hip hop. That's what it is.
Yeah, I can always go for a
Not
bumblebee.
that I would know by any means, but
Put
hey.
a bumblebee in your butt. Put me in your butt.
Put a glass in your butt.
Feel real good when you put it in your butt.
Aaron's asking, is that a lemon shake-up Cowboys drinking? No.
What the fuck? It's Mountain Dew. No, I am a fat man, so I've had diabetes for like 10 years. And this is like the first Mountain Dew I've had in like a year.
Yeah.
Well, no. Okay, like 3 weeks. So. Which in fat man years, that's like 10 years. So, no, it's lemon shake-up. No, Mountain Dew Slurpee.
All right, are you ready to get the official show now that the intro's over and done with? We have somewhat of a game plan lined up. Are we ready for that?
Let's do it.
All right, so we want to start. What's new with the guys? Bridal Expo is Sunday. This Sunday. Yeah, right there. There's the camera I'm looking at. This Sunday at Hornbakers, is it from 10 to 2?
10 to 2.
10 to 2? 4 hours?
Oh, Lord.
Really, Hornbakers?
And you guys have all your gear and everything set up out there?
Yeah, JC was over there doing stuff today, so we're ready to go. So big bridal show with a ton of different vendors. So come say hi to our friends, say hi to the sisters, say hi to Happily Ever After, say hi to Hornbakers, and well, all the other friends. Seth and Mary are going to be there from Seth Moore's Photography. You got Phil and Andrew are going to be there from Conville Photography, and all the other wedding vendors that we're missing.
You know, and as much as I realize that our crowd here is 25 to 34 male. So
God, I'm really fucking old.
That's what Facebook tells us. Our crowd here, the people who tune in, we got 35. It's like your video is enjoyed by 25 to 34-year-old men, which is not our demo when we do our weddings. You know, so but we got a lot of wedding vendor friends that are totally checking us out and watching the podcast.
That's
so
cool.
giving just saying hi.
Yeah, my apologies if I left out any of our friends. So I don't know who all.
I know
is
Peggy
there.
was from Star Brock was tuning in. So hi.
I know she was in there. I didn't know, but I like some of the other people that we converse with quite frequently. I wasn't sure if like some of the other businesses were going to be there or not. So I don't.
Yeah,
say,
Emily
hey,
from Flowers Plus.
Are they there?
She's
Okay.
there.
Emily, that's the one I was thinking of. So hi, Emily. Okay, so last week, one of the big things on the show, besides a whole bunch of shitholes, was the Tide Pod Challenge. And there's an update for the Tide Pod Challenge. Of course, all the jokes that were put online about it this past week, the different Tide Pod challenges. One is to have your teenagers actually do their laundry. That one, I saw that joke quite a bit. Other people were saying, just let Darwinism work. And then you had one that you found that you thought was really good from The Onion, right?
Yeah, The Onion. And this, I guess the whole Tide Pod thing has been going on for years. Like, people have been joking about eating Tide Pods, like, to the point that even on Twitter, people are putting pictures of, like, Tide Pods on top of pizzas and, like, cooking them. because they look so delicious. And so this Onion article I have on the screen here is from like 2015, and it's written from the perspective of a 3-year-old. It says, "So help me God, I'm going to eat one of those multicolored detergent pods." And it says, "Anybody who knows me will tell you the same thing. I get what I want, whether it's food, being held, my binky, you name it. If I decide I like it, you damn well better believe I don't rest until I get it one way or another. And from the very second I saw those blue and red detergent pods come out of that shopping bag last week, I knew immediately that come hell or high water, I would eat one of those things.
Well, with any 3-year-old kid.
Yeah.
For the love of God, they don't shut the hell up. They fucking bug you. Dad. And this goes for a 13-year-old, too. Like my other son, Dylan. Dad. What? Well, just shut up. Go ahead. Whatever. Because dads want peace and quiet. That's all we care about.
Here's your fucking Tide Pod. Go away.
If you want to eat it, I just shut the up.
So what would you serve your kid? Like if you want it, just take it. Just be done with it.
Well, I don't know. I sit on the couch. Whatever they do, they do.
I had that tonight. We had company coming over, and we're like, let's just chill, relax, let's watch some. I put the Michael Keaton Batman on for him for the first time, and I'm like, I thought he's all about Batman. Like, this is gonna be great. He's gonna watch some of this. He could give two shits. He's like, Dad, let's go downstairs and play with my trains. Dad, let's go downstairs and play with my trains. Dad, I finally said, fine, let's go. And then he got all mad because I like snapped at him. I'm like, fine, I'm going downstairs.
See, eat the Tide Pod. Yes. Shut the fuck up. That's it. That's how it goes. But this has been going on forever because back in my day, like in the 70s, what was that dish soap that had lemon? It's made with, and people were drinking that crap. And this is nothing fucking new. There's retards all the time.
Well, hell, our parents used to give us soap when we were, said something wrong. Shit, if our moms were watching this, they'd be here with some Lifebuoy right now. Here you go. So that was fun trying to explain to my kid the Lifebuoy picture of Ralphie from Christmas Story. He's like, "What is that in his mouth, Dad?" I'm like, "That's a bar of soap." Soap's liquid.
What the hell's a bar of soap?
Soap is liquid, Dad. What is that?
Yeah, in my house, my kids don't even know what soap is anyway. Because, they don't take a shower. Ever. 13-year-old kid.
And what is that? Because that's like that in my house, too.
Did you take a shower? No. Well, when was the last time? I don't know. Jesus. Take a shower.
Yeah.
Eat a Tide Pod. I don't care.
I mean, that's it. I'm ready to do brushing teeth, too. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, dude. You've got braces. You're 12 years old. Why the heck why are you going to school? Like, there's going to be permanent marks on your teeth if you don't start brushing. No. And it's like fighting to brush the teeth.
I just scared the shit out of my kids. See these?
Yeah?
Yeah. Only like $700-800 or whatever. But because I needed some caps put on.
Yeah.
So they ground them down to nothing. Take a picture with me with the stubs. Don't brush your teeth. See what happens. And they just looked at me and so.
Yeah.
They're still not doing it. And then what about coats? 13-year-old kids
never wear them.
It's 20 below at the wind chill.
Shit,
and they think sweatshirt is a coat.
We've got a guy who works for us who only wears a hoodie and shorts when it's -10 outside. So we had a photo shoot the other day for guys on the radio, and he's like, man, if I didn't have to be dressed up for this photo shoot, I'd be wearing shorts right now. And it was like 10 below outside. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, but when you're older, that's fine. But I mean, because I don't like to wear pants most of the time either. You're lucky I'm wearing pants.
Hold on, let me shoot. Yeah. Now we don't know.
Now how much more time the shirt with Moose with glasses?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Tales from Radioland coming up.
You know that's coming later.
Tales from Radioland coming up. Moose with glasses. By the way, Z-Man's tuning in. He says that teenagers are allergic to showers.
So Z-Man, what the hell's he know?
Oh, hey, Z-Man, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in and supporting our podcast. We appreciate it, bud. So he's got a podcast, too. He's a Candid Radio.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a long time. Hey, question for you, because this came up earlier in the week, and I threw something up online on this. When it's like 20 below out, and you pull up to the gas station to fill up with gas, do you leave your car running? And then, like, pump the gas and get back in?
Not usually.
Okay.
I have my wife go and do it. I shut the car off. Then I have her go and do it. Here's a check card. Hey, at least I'm fucking paying for it. Now get out. Pump the gas. Cook me up some bacon and some beans. Bitch. You got to throw the word bitch at the end.
Yeah. Throw another log on the fire.
Cowboy was made to do radio in the Me Too movement.
Hey, speaking of that, anybody see... No, I won't go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do that.
I know.
That's Radio 101. You can't do that and then not give it to.
That's like being with a woman.
I know.
And just putting the tip in. And
well,
then
and
pulling
here's the
out.
thing.
That's all it is.
It's a good friend.
Okay.
And he was on The Prophet recently. Worked
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Did
Don't
you
do
see
that.
it? Yeah. No. You don't want to go there? Okay.
No.
All right.
We don't
I
need
still
that.
haven't seen one episode of American Idol.
You know it's not on the air right now.
See, then there you fucking
But,
go.
but it's actually going to be back on the air. It's been gone for
The
like 2 or
Voice.
3 years.
I watch Law and Order because Angie Harmon's a hot babe,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
The
That's all I watch.
The American Idol's been off for like 2 or 3 years. It's returning now with new judges in the middle of March.
Really?
Yeah. And I are you gonna watch, JC? I may have to tune in.
I'm gonna watch, but I'm disappointed they're taking out all the bad auditions.
I know they're taking on the bad auditions. However, I have to tune in simply for the fact that Lionel fucking Richie is a judge. Lionel Richie is a judge. So
hold on. There was a tattoo. Was it of Lionel?
Yes.
That we were thinking that would look good on the other side of Tommy's neck. Tommy,
Okay,
show Cowboy your neck. Show
you
Cowboy
find,
your
you
neck.
find that tattoo picture.
Show Cowboy your neck.
Check it out. That's real.
He's
real.
we call him DJ Hot Lips.
That's his name. His name is DJ Hot Lips
Pretty
because of that tattoo.
Wow.
And I coined him that. I coined him that at a gig.
Is that Shap's lips on your neck?
What did Rod say? Rod goes, "Did LeBron James kiss your lip?"
Yeah, the lips are considerably huge.
So, all right. So we got to know why did you get that? Why did you get that tattoo? Where did they come from? We got to know the story behind it here.
God,
We're making you tell it.
I wish there was a better story. Okay, so
Make it good or you're picking up all the speakers.
from here on out. Okay, so I went to a tattoo parlor down south over by Winona Inc.
Was even giving him a plug.
Winona Inc. You know.
That'll cost you $25 when owning. Just so you know, are they still in business?
No, so one of my favorite musicians had the same tattoo. He had a really cool backstory. I don't have that backstory, but I really, really like the tattoo. So I went ahead and just got the tattoo. I didn't even think about it. I thought about it for maybe just a couple days, maybe a week at the most. Got an appointment in right away. Winona Inc. must have just not had a lot of appointments at the time.
So
I got there.
That wasn't an impulse tattoo.
It was an
You
impulse
thought long and
tattoo.
hard to get some
I
lip
thought
back.
for a couple days.
And
couple days.
And what's funny is as soon as we start doing gigs again, people are always asking because I get this weird call one day. I get a text from Tommy. He's like, "Hey JC," I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Tommy?" He's like, "How do you feel about neck tattoos?" And I hit it back. I'm like personally, I wouldn't do it because it's in a place where people can see it.
He asked me too. He messaged me too, and I'm
he's like,
"You guys."
was after the fact.
Would you guys be okay if I got a neck tattoo? He's like, "Do you guys care?"
I already had the neck tattoo.
It was already
Yes.
done.
I already did.
I'm like, no, I'm like, that probably isn't a good idea. Then he's like, well, what about if I already got it? I'm like, oh, okay.
So then if we start doing all these gigs and stuff, like girls flock to Tommy naturally, right?
Oh, they love
and so they're like, "Hey, what's the story behind the tattoo?" And then he's like this long drawn out story, and they're like looking at their watches, oh god, I gotta listen to this story. I'm like, Tommy, you gotta make the story better.
They'll immediately lose interest.
Every gig, somebody comes up and asks him about the tattoo. Every gig. My personal favorite. We were at Hornbakers. We were going to be on Sunday for the bridal show, and at the end of the night, we're tearing down, and there was like this 8-year-old kid that was in the wedding party, and he comes up and he's like, "What's that on your neck?" That was my. I'm like, "Yeah, Tommy, what is that?" He's like, "Did a girl kiss you there?" He's like, this 8-year-old girl, and I'm like, "Yeah, Tommy, go ahead, tell the story. What is that?"
And here, little Billy, let me show you what else he has. You ever seen a grown man's penis?
It didn't go like that. Just so everyone knows.
That wasn't part of the story. So, anyway, so we think that now Tommy, because Tommy's also a huge, he loves 80s pop, especially Lionel Richie.
Yes.
So I mean, he loves other types of music too. But I found this tattoo of Where's Waldo, but with Lionel Richie done up instead. So
I love it.
I think he should get that matching on the other side, right over there.
Right there.
So yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that tattoo.
Hello.
Honestly.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
Let me see if I can. I'm dropping the ball here on the music, so I mean, should have had
That's
that
all right,
ready to
man.
go already. So
You know, at this point, we've already passed it.
we're too late.
Too
No.
late. There you go.
There we go. Yes. Let's just play the whole song.
Dude, Lionel Richie's the man.
Oh my God, Lionel Richie's amazing. I actually saw Lionel Richie in concert, and he was incredible.
Those are actually Lionel Richie's lips.
Way
on his neck.
honestly,
He's really good live. We saw him in Vegas. We went to a wedding convention in Vegas. We went to see him at the Britney Spears Theater. So this theater built for her, and here's Lionel Richie tearing the roof off the sucker. So, all right, what else we got?
Do you want to do? Should we do? Have you heard the poop knife story, Cowboy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, I have.
Do you have a poop knife?
No.
Because Shap did this live video from the Jack Studios.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he goes
Was that rust that was on the knife?
I think it was rust.
You think?
If you have,
I think it's cake. I think it was cake that then was left
Like
over as
hardened?
rust, like hardened cake. Then yes,
and it was in this. Somebody pointed out that it was in the same cup as like the toilet brush.
it wasn't the toilet brush. I believe that brush is for like dishes because the toilet brush is next to the toilet bowl.
Okay.
So first, should we back up for the people that
Yeah,
are not?
the poop knife story.
Yeah, the people that haven't been ingenued with the poop knife story. By the way, Aaron wants to know who the musician is you got a tattoo of. What's it?
Andrew Garcia.
Andrew
Garcia. Probably
Wasn't he
never heard of him.
Spider-Man? Was he Spider-Man?
Was that Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, it was
Close
Andrew
enough.
Garfield. Yeah.
Cause same dude.
Nice.
Same dude.
Yeah, it's
Just-
got good music.
Yeah.
So you have Andrew Garcia's lips on your neck?
Jerry Garcia's lips. So the poop knife story that made its way all over the place online. I got an email about it earlier this week to my show that somebody was playing off of what they read somewhere online and got me good, but it was funny. The poop knife story apparently goes, this guy was at a friend's house. I think the original Reddit post was he was at his dealer's house getting a bag of weed.
Yeah. All right. So the way I understand it is the guy and his family, they must have a big fiber intake.
Yeah.
Where
they have massive shits every
yes.
time.
And so they have 3 bathrooms in the house, and in between the 3 bathrooms, there's a laundry room. And in the laundry room, they have a knife that sits there. And the whole family calls it the poop knife. So I don't know if you've got like things with your family that only your family talks about or have inside like words that only you guys know. Like I know in my house, we were never able to say fart or shit or any of that stuff. So we had to come up with like interesting different words. So like we used Hershey. We used Hershey instead of shit. So I was like, oh, Hershey. My mom was an educator for 30 years. So it's like as soon as I left the house, it was like, it was on. Like, you know, potty mouth is on.
Yeah, and then he roomed with me, Southside Chicago.
It was over at that point.
Done.
So this kind of one of those things with the family. It's like they have this inside thing. It's the poop knife. So they take these enormous shits, and so they would clog the toilet every time. And so in order to keep the shit so that it didn't clog the toilet, they would cut it with the poop knife. So like somebody would go and they'd do their business, and then they'd yell out. They'd be like, okay, here we go. Who's got the poop knife? And then somebody would run the poop knife up to the bathroom so they could cut the poop and go. So yeah, so then he ended up at his dealer's house.
I got the actual post here up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was at his friend's house sampling weed, and then you do that for an hour, and then the next thing you know, you got to go to excuse yourself and lay a giant turd. So I'm in the bathroom. I look down and see that it's a sideways one. So I crack the door and call out for my friend. He arrives, and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it, please. What the fuck is a poop knife? Obviously, he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name. A fecal cleaver, a dung divider, a guano glaive. I explain what it is and why I want to use it, and he starts giggling, and I realize that all the other people hanging out at the dealer's place are now in on my poop knife bit, and that I'm the only person, and my family's the only one that has one. Nobody else at this house party had a poop knife.
Unless you're at WCMY, then they have one in the bathroom.
I had a listener.
Which, you know what? Go ahead. Finish your story, then I go ahead.
I had a listener text me and said that they knew somebody that did this.
They had a poop knife?
They did. They said they didn't use an actual knife. They would use a plastic knife, and they would cut them up with that, and then just throw the plastic knife away.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Well, thank God they threw the fucker away.
I know. And they're not cutting cake with it.
Well, yeah. So the knife in the bathroom, because we started talking about this bit, and one of the news guys comes and tells me, he's like, "Shep, there's a knife in the bathroom." I'm like, what? And I'm like, you son of a bitch, that's right. There is a knife in the bathroom. And I look up there, and I'm like, God, I've seen that knife before. Where's that knife from? And then I'm like, okay, well, I do the bit on the radio. Let me go do a filming of in the bathroom of pulling this knife out. So that was the first time I looked at the knife on this filming, and it was gross. It was gross.
And they cut birthday cakes with that. I would get going away cakes. Like, oh, hey, you're going away. Grab the poop knife.
Well, I think what happened was the knife used to be kept in the kitchen drawer.
Yeah.
And I think the last time we had cake for somebody, it probably never got washed and got taken to the bathroom and just probably sat there for a while. And the cleaning lady's like, I'll just drop it in here.
Yeah.
And now 3 months goes by, and now it looks like a poop knife.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I've worked at several radio stations. I've worked with Cowboy.
With Cowboy at a radio station needed a poop knife.
Well, and that's
never needed one.
No, he didn't have any problems.
I didn't have any problem. Most of the time, it was the shit.
We should start taking Radioland right now.
I need a poop fucking ladle.
It's so true because, I went through an entire year of the egg burps with Cowboy.
Oh my god!
We went through an entire year of that.
I know
the egg belches.
Thank God. Well, I still have them from time to time.
Oh my god!
The rotten egg belches.
Yes,
I can make anybody fucking leave a room just a little burp.
Yes, and it was like sulfur. I mean, it was like piercing. Like you would get oh shit, I got the egg burps again. I'm like, oh man, really?
And I knew
it would like melt the glass between the walls in GLC studio.
And then within 24 hours, you needed the poop ladle.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I think it's time. I think it's time for this now.
Okay, let's do it.
Did you do this yet? You have this ready yet?
Let's do it.
And now, Tales from Radioland.
Your wife is on here saying your egg belches are the worst.
Oh yeah, she knows. I did that the other night. I belched, and she goes like, "Fucking really?" and just looked at me, and I walked away. It's almost like crop dusting, but with a belch. People don't expect it. She just kind of go, and then the worst part is I taste it. Yeah. I mean, and smell it.
All right, only because we're on the subject of poop knives.
Yes,
I don't even know if Cowboy's aware of this story or not. But the first Tales from Radioland involving Cowboy, I also had a problem with going to the bathroom quite a bit at the radio station.
Did.
So yeah,
yes, you did.
I had IBS, all that other fun stuff. So I had to mix shit in my coffee all the time. And I had to follow this guy in the bathroom. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I go in the bathroom, and the toilet was clogged and overflowing.
Hey, the song was fucking ending. What do you expect? You got 3.5 minutes to take a shit.
I got stuck cleaning up. The toilet had overflown. A matter of fact, I would not be surprised unless they've replaced the carpet in the building that there's a carpet stain still outside that bathroom door from the time that I went into the bathroom after Cowboy took a shit and clogged the toilets.
I still do that at home too.
Water all over the place. Oh my god!
It's either I need a poop knife or a poop ladle. There's no in between.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh, now your kid's talking trash to your wife on here. How about that?
Dylan says, "Get roasted, mom."
Get roasted, mom.
He's such a punk. I mean, really. I love the kid to death.
How old is he?
He's 13.
Oh boy, that's the age. Oh, Mary wants to know the phone number. It's on the screen.
Yeah.
It's on the damn screen, Mary. 815-200-9209.
Isn't that? Are you trying to recall it? I'm missing him.
I don't know. Maybe. She said that we had a groom burp in the bride's face during a first look. Ooh. First look, for those that aren't aware, that's now what they do for weddings. And they instead of the reveal when you come down the aisle, the reveal is they get together for pictures beforehand, and that's the first look. That's what it's called. So a little inside knowledge there, I guess. All right, so other Tales from Radioland stories with
there's
Cowboy.
so many, man.
I
I don't remember any of them.
Yeah, you do.
I remember like two.
There was. Well, here's the thing. Like, I worked in the studio on the other side of Cowboy for 7 years. Right? It had to be 7 years.
No, it was wild.
Yeah, and so every morning, hey man, come on, let's go outside and smoke.
Every time Vince fucking Gill, I had to play that. That's a smoke break song. Hey, back in the days when you had the CD player, I had to just go ahead and get the next two songs.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, what are you doing? The news on? They can run the news. Come on, let's go get a smoke. Let's go get a smoke.
Cowboy, I am the news.
Well, not really. I was a terrible news director.
Yeah, we went over last week.
Yeah, but my favorite was that on the other side of the wall studio we had that big glass, so I could always see right into the wall studio. And I would be in the middle of conversation with somebody or something, and there was this terrible TV show on at the time, and it was called My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiance. And it was on Fox. So it was like the early days of reality television. And My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiance came on, and we were all watching it.
Yeah.
It was like
That's like the
must
last
see,
show I've ever seen on TV.
but it was like must see TV for all of us. We were all watching it. Like Tony was watching it, I was watching it, Shap was watching it.
We all did.
You were watching it, and then there was this scene because the guy was big and he was trying to be as obnoxious as possible. He did this thing where he was, I think, at dinner with her family.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's really hot. And he took his shirt off. And he's a big guy, hairy guy. And he does this thing where he's like, hey, look, I'm a moose. and they're like, what? And then he's like, I'm a moose with glasses. And so with the shirt off. And for us, we laughed about it. It was like our inside joke for like probably 7 years.
Yes.
After that show.
Yes.
And then, it's funny, as soon as Cowboy walks in today, he goes, hey, JC, I'm a moose with glasses.
That's right.
Because he would do that. I would be on the other side of the glass, and all of a sudden I'd see Cowboy's hairy chest just sitting there right in front of the glass, and he's like,
I'm a moose with glasses.
Dude, we have seen Harry everything on Cowboy.
Yes.
You did the ghost, the haunted studio
Yeah,
in the
that was fun.
WAJK studios.
The Wolf.
The old WAJK studios, now the Wolf studios, where somebody died. Somebody literally died at that board. And so you did a ghost hunt there. And you made a video, and you had
With me on the toilet.
Yeah, Cowboy's naked ass, his hairy ass was in the video, right?
yes.
No shame. I didn't
No,
care.
you didn't care. You're like, whatever, let's do it.
With my stomach, you couldn't see anything anyway.
And we used to. There was a time that we were protesting the air conditioning being on because you guys kept turning the air up in the BZG studios. And
it was like 9,000.
Dude, that was Tony. That was Tony.
Oh, so they were turning the air off because their studio was too cold. They were turning the air off.
We're
like
cold.
Tony.
We're cold.
And
Well,
Cowboy-
fine then. I'm taking my shirt off, you sons of bitches.
Well, it wasn't Tony. That was our studio in GLC, wasn't it?
Cowboy and I protested that. Cowboy took his shirt off, so I took my shirt off. And then like May and Devin and the salespeople were coming back to check on us because they didn't believe that both of us were sitting there in the studio with no shirt on.
Yes.
And we're like, no, we're not putting a shirt on. It's too hot in here.
I'm Cowboy and I'm broadcasting naked.
That's right. So we did that. That's a good Tales from Radioland story.
Anything particular that you remember?
Not with you guys.
Yeah.
But I had a stalker.
You had a stalker?
And I mean a legitimate stalker. Now, the GLC, we had a plate glass, like just behind me, there would be a plate glass window, and then people would walk in from outside. And
which studio? Where was this studio at?
In Mendota,
Okay.
the mouse-infested place. I mean,
Yeah, I remember.
mice would run across the board.
The trailer.
Yeah, oh, my
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this woman was calling constantly, all the frickin' time. And I mean, I basically told her, quit leaving me alone. And this went on for like almost a year. I did a remote at Swiss Colony in Peru Mall. You know how big that place is? No bigger than here.
Yeah.
She browsed for 2 fucking hours at Swiss Colony.
I don't know if I want. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that the meat place? Is that the meat and cheese?
The meat and, the old meat and cheese. They actually
Do
had.
I want this sausage or do I want cowboy sausage?
Yeah.
What
And then
sausage do I want?
And she came to the studio one time, and I had a buddy that was there with me, and she pulls up. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I'm just make believe you're a client. We're recording. And she comes in with a bag. She goes, I have something for you. And reaches in the bag. I swear to God, she was going to pull out a fucking gun and blow me and my buddy away. I remember that. And then that same picture, that same plate glass window that was behind, back in the days of GLC, you played CDs.
Yeah,
There was no automation. So if you wanted to have a smoke, you want to take a shit, whatever, you had to hurry up and do it.
Yeah.
So I played a song. I played some Vince Gill song, so I didn't care whether I heard it or not. And all Vince Gill songs are like 5 minutes long. So I go in to take a shit. Well, I'm not done. And it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So nobody's there in the office. So I walk out. The bathroom's right there, and you just like 4 steps and you're in the studio. So I hurry up, take a shit. I'm trying to, not finish, walk it with my pants around my ankles, go over there, hit the next song. Somebody fucking walks in. And you can see right into the studio. So I'm like, boom. I'm sitting there with my pants down around my ankles. They're coming in for their lucky fucking $2 bill. I mean, really?
Yeah, my $2 bill.
And they're like, I'm here, right there on the count. I can't get up until they freaking leave.
Can I have my $2 bill?
I don't want to be rude to them, but I'm so I'm sitting there with my pants around my ankle, and so that was a fun moment.
You
trailer.
You might as well. We're talking the trailer. You might as well do your Judy. I mean, Judy. She was.
That salespeople suck. If there's anybody watching this and you're in radio and you're in sales, I don't know if it's any different now, but back in the day, they sucked some major ass because they would be out. I love them to death, some of them, but they'd be out all day selling, and you'd have nothing to do, nothing all day long. And then you get done with your shift at 7, and then they quickly come in with 50 pieces of fucking production. You're like, really? So now you're there till 10 o'clock.
And they're starting tomorrow.
Yeah,
Need them to be on the log for tomorrow. I've already called in. They're on traffic.
And then they try to sneak it fucking in there. They wait until you're on the air.
Yeah.
So they come in behind you real quick and go, and then leave. Fucking really?
And then if it doesn't run, it's like, well, I gave it to you.
Yes. Yes. That's the best.
I mean, how many?
I only need sound effects.
Really?
It's a 14 voicer. You can do that, right?
It's a Sullivan's Big Truckload Meat Out.
Can we just run the same one that they ran last year? Because nothing's fucking changed. Nothing has changed.
Well, I think they've changed that because we still have ads running. Like, there's ads that, like, I think I reached out to one of the salespeople. I'm like, you know what? My voice is on that ad. I recorded that probably 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So if they need a new ad and they just like my voice, I'll cut it for them just to hear a different ad play.
Is it the Gays Body Shop?
That's it. That's it.
And that's great sales right there. If you haven't updated your script and your copy in 10 years.
It's got to be. I recorded that ad in 2010. At least 2009, 2010. There's LPL Financial. There's an LPL Financial ad that I still hear my voice on. There's still like some ones with your voice on them that I hear.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
And how long have you been off the air?
3
Not
years?
as long as
3
you.
years, yeah.
Well,
3
you're
years?
back, but you're back on now. So
Yeah.
But for the record, most salespeople are awesome. For the record, most. Most.
But they also suck ass. Is that what you're saying?
The rest of them suck ass.
If you're watching this and you're listening to this, we're not talking about
not you.
No.
Not you at all.
May was awesome. Rich was awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody at the radio group that I can remember was pretty cool. Except for Judy. And I mean, really, she doesn't have fucking internet yet. So I could fucking say Judy.
But she was the
She still tells time with a fucking sundial. That old fucking. I mean, really.
But she basically kept that station afloat for decades.
Jesus, if it wasn't for her,
amazing.
If it wasn't for her, none of us would have a job.
Well, and that's it. Like the thing I loved about working with her was that I could always say, "Hey, Judy, I got this idea,"
and she'd be okay. I'll sell it,
dude.
Oh, she'd fucking sell. She'd sell peanuts out of your shit.
Yes,
she could do it.
Yes.
I mean, who else could sell $9,000 of FFA fucking ads? I mean, really, and then the Mendota Fireman Department card party. I mean, she'd sell the shit out of that.
Yeah. I was your co-host on Walls.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Cowboy radio experience, right? At that time. I'll take the lawsuit on that one. That's fine.
$100,000, $10,000 every time you say that.
Was the show the CRS at the time? Was it? I think.
Yeah.
I think it was. Okay, so then I became your
Happy Shappy.
It was Cowboy radio experience.
Yeah,
for
a long time before
forever.
That. Yeah. Well, and then I came on with you, and it was me, and then the Happy Shappy with you, and then I did I was doing your news and side anchor role, and then running across the hall and doing the Q Morning Show at the same time, voice tracking that. But there are two stories that I have from Tales from Radioland for this. One was we had a race for all the morning DJs had a race at LaSalle Speedway where we were all going to race a car.
No, it wasn't morning because Q-Dog raced.
Oh, that's right. It was just all the personalities.
Yeah.
All
So
the personalities.
It was the four of us. It was me, you, Cowboy, and Q-Dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I didn't know how the hell to drive a stock
I remember
car.
you were freaked the fuck out. It was like, I ain't doing it. Not unless I sign a waiver.
Yeah, that's right. He needed like special insurance.
Well, I didn't want to get
Chappie's anxiety kicked in. He's like, I don't know. I'm going to die in this thing. And I did like 15 miles an hour around the racetrack.
Yeah.
And I still placed third.
Yeah. Well, I think I was worried about that, and then they talked me out of that, and then we kept joking around in the air. We're like, we're going to put Q-Dog in the wall. You kept saying you're going to put Q-Dog in the wall. And then Q-Dog wouldn't race. He's like, I don't want to race.
Yeah.
And then we had a big come to Jesus meeting with the bosses about the thing, and it's like it's just a show. It's just a darn show. Just go around the track.
I'm gonna put you in the wall. I swear to God, I'll do it.
So we're going around the track, and I remember thinking, being on that track because it's clay and it's wet, and I'm thinking, God, we were going so fast, and we were going like 10 miles an hour.
No, I was doing like 10. Cowboy did 30 because he lapped me. I placed third, and he lapped me.
Yeah, you were definitely in the lead, and I came in second, and I felt like I was going so fast because I just wasn't used to driving this thing, you know.
And we didn't fit in there either because the cars were like custom to the drivers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I was too short because the guy whose car I had was like 6'2", and so I'm like this, driving, trying to.
You need a booster seat there, JC.
Yeah, it was bad.
Get a couple telephone books.
Yeah, no, but Chad ended up Q-Dog ended up stalling.
His car sucked. Yeah,
the only reason I placed third was because Chad
his car
stalled
died.
his out.
It sucked. You can't put a guy that ain't fucking moving into the wall. That sucked. I mean, because then all of a sudden, then you're an asshole for putting him into the wall.
I think that was our first year there, wasn't it? That was like 2002, 2003.
No, it was 2003. You started in 2001.
Yeah.
It had to be 3 or 4.
Yeah, because
it probably was 3 because 4 was the tornado and we had the big concert out there.
Yeah.
So
with Sawyer Brown, we almost had another tornado.
Oh yeah,
with Sawyer Brown.
It was pouring rain. I remember that we had.
Nothing beats a Toby Keith concert though. Were you guys around for that?
No, that
was
right. It was right before we started.
With the porta potties floating in the frickin' infield, and people are pissed. It said rain or shine. Well, Jesus. If you got to take a shit, you're going to be floating in a porta potty. I mean, there's like 5 foot of water.
He ended up playing, right?
Toby Keith played because then the rain came. Well, it was
Paul
there was a lot
Rogers.
There was a lot of rain before Toby Keith, and then he had to have we had to find straw or something to put down because he couldn't get his boots muddy. I lost my pair. We lost the Walls 102 banner somewhere in the middle. It's probably still in the middle of the infield at LaSalle Speedway because we lost that. I lost a pair of boots.
Wow.
And I went out on the stage to introduce Toby Keith barefoot because I lost my boots stuck in the mud in the infield.
God.
And then it rained all night long, and then Paul Rogers and Blue Oyster Cult had to cancel the next day. Yeah.
Wow. That was, I think about that in the early days with Stud Stills, man. We did a ton of shows.
Yeah.
We did a lot of shows.
Because there was venues at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the Silver Slipper,
Slipper.
Field of Dreams. We were exclusive, and there was a ton of shows that we did out
I know
there.
I introduced quite a few people, like Chris Cagle. I introduced Chris Cagle.
Let's make some love.
Make some love.
There's JC in his big onstage moment. He wants to say, let's make some noise or let's show some love. No, he said, let's make some love. He was going, I don't want to go out there to Cowboy. I'm so nervous. I said, you'll be fine. Dude, you're going to be fine. You're going to rock it.
I know.
Let's make some love.
I had to fill in for you a couple of times. I remember to do it because you were always the main name out there and to go do that. But the one year, Trace Atkins was out there the one time.
At the Slipper?
Yeah, Trace Atkins played twice.
He was twice out there.
Twice out there.
Yeah.
And one of the years you couldn't make it. So I was out there and doing that. And it was like, the hell am I doing out here?
Yeah, Trace Atkins was out there at for the third time. at the airport for
Yeah,
the
the airport,
Concerts
yeah.
for a Cause.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was trying to get some liners and stuff. Now, Eric Church was really cool. This was before Eric Church was big.
Yeah. He
And-
opened for Trace.
Yeah, he opened. And
Yeah.
I got my liners. You know, he read our liners and everything. That was cool. I asked Trace Atkins, and the road manager goes, well, do you have the paperwork from the record company? I said, nah, they didn't get it back to me for some. I mean, a lot of time record companies are schmucks anyway. So I'm like, I have the recorder. Trace is right there. You're like, I'm like, really? You can't say, hi, this is Trace Atkins. I'll put the rest of the shit together. Wouldn't do it. I'm thinking, you think you're so goddamn fucking big, Mr. Trace Atkins. The best show you could get on a Saturday night is at fucking airport in Peru. That's the best show you can get.
And reminder, just a couple of years ago, you were playing at the Silver Slipper Field of Dreams.
That's the best show you could get, and you can't even say your name? Nah, no wonder people think he's an asshole, because he is.
You know what? We'll just bring back Trick Pony.
Trick Pony is awesome. I mean, I got to play harmonica on stage with Trick Pony. That was pretty cool.
They were super cool.
Yeah,
they were super
and
cool.
Heidi. Well,
yes.
Oh, please.
Yes.
Forget about it.
All right, one more radio story for you with Cowboy.
Okay.
This is the most infamous live radio broadcast that I was ever a part of. We did a lunch at Hy-Vee with the Johnsonville Bratwurst grilling machine. Do you not remember this story?
Doesn't remember.
I probably had 50 brats. That's all I remember.
Yeah, we had a chance. I told you I really like brats, and I mean, I put on quite a bit of weight since then. If you put the camera, I'm a good 40, 50, I don't know how many pounds or more heavier than what I was when I was a co-host of Cowboy. So I said, I like brats. I'll do a challenge. He's like, you couldn't do it. No way. So I said, okay, well, I know I won't eat as much as you. How about we do a 2-to-1 challenge? Your 2 to my 1. So we went out there. We do this live broadcast for lunch. And within the first, 30 minutes of the broadcast, you had put away 12 bratwursts.
I believe it. I'm not denying the fact. Handy Foods in Ottawa, we did something like that too, where they have the big 5. I'm not 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, you did. So you did 12 bratwursts from Johnsonville, and then I did 6 to keep up. I got through 6, and then I was just so grateful that the folks at Johnsonville said, "Sorry, we can't give you guys any more bratwursts. We can't give you any more. There's too many people in line. We're gonna run out of brats. You don't have any more."
So what do? They look Cowboy up and down and go, "Yeah, I think we're done.
We're done." It's kind of like at the buffet.
I felt like shit for the next 3 days. I felt awful.
He needed the poop knife. It was more like a machete.
God, that was. So there you go. That's Radioland tonight, folks.
Oh man, you want to do the skittle? Oh, you know what? I forgot to get the ties. I was supposed to go get ties. I never got them.
That's right. Is that where we're at? I
don't know. I mean, it's 10 to 10. So.
Yeah, we probably should do this now. So I read this today. I forgot the story here. Let me pull it up and remind myself of all the good juicy bits here. So somebody did a study on Skittles candies. Yeah, no advertisement for you. Anyways. There's all the different flavors in there. Taste the rainbow. There's grape, there's lime, there's lemon.
Who eats one at a time, though?
Very true. That's a good point.
No, you put the whole. I could put the whole pack in my mouth right now. You want to have another fucking challenge, Mister?
Well, no,
I took my metformin. I got my metformin, my Invocana. I'm good to go.
We're actually going to do a different type of challenge tonight with this because a psychologist or somebody that said and did the research on this that all Skittles are actually flavored exactly the same. They're not flavored different. Blew my mind. So
really?
Yeah, every Skittle is exactly the same, just generic fruit flavor. Okay. The reason why you think a purple one tastes grape is because of 2 things. One, the color, they paint it purple. Mm-hmm. And 2, they have a scent on it. They put a scent on it, not the flavor. They just have a little scent to the actual Skittle. So the yellow
that's
one
what they say. Scent is a lot of what your taste.
So the scent, they have a little bit of scent to it, and then the actual color makes you think it. But if you actually were to, so I thought to myself, I was talking about this on my show today. So if you were to close your eyes and hold your nose and eat a Skittle, could you know what color it is?
Well, like when you have a cold, you don't taste a whole lot of food.
That's true.
It's the same thing.
So I'm going to give it a try. Who wants to go? Should we make Hot Lips do it?
Yeah, make Hot Lips go first.
Yeah, Hot Lips is going to do it. So, all right. So
Make the guinea pig. The guy who lifts the speakers fucking do it.
We were getting requests to get him on more, so somebody said, get Hot Lips on more. So. Yeah, get closer to that.
All right, here we
so
go.
close your eyes.
All right.
Close your eyes and...
Plug my nose.
And plug your nose.
Are you going to feed me the Skittles?
I'm gonna...
No, we should probably not do that. You know,
All
just-
right.
You know you're really vulnerable right now.
Yeah, I don't feel very comfortable. This better be a Skittle. This better be a Skittle. As long as it's a Skittle.
Somebody's dropping like acid.
Yeah, right?
What color was that?
Green.
That was green.
No
That was green.
Boom.
Damn.
So the
I
girls,
guessed
I think
that.
the
I
girls
did
at
guess that.
Starve Rock did this earlier today. So, do you want to go, JC? You want to try it?
Let's go for it.
All right. Plug your nose.
And close your eyes.
Close
big
your
boy.
eyes. Drop your pants and turn and cough. There you go. What was that?
Red.
Ooh.
That was a
Purple.
grape. That was purple. That was purple.
Oh, I know.
No. All right.
Cowboy, you want one?
I'll take the bag.
All right. Here, let's see here.
All right.
Oh, Shap's gonna go.
Oh,
Here,
Shap's
I know.
gonna go.
I know what color
You
it
know
is.
what
I
color
can see
it is?
it. I can
All
see
right.
it. Yep. It's tough to like chew with your while you're pinching your nose.
Like he's freaking tasting wine. He's like,
Was it purple?
no.
Green?
No.
Red?
No.
It's like Ghostbusters. We need to have a little shocker here every time you get the wrong fucking answer.
Totally, yeah. Just a bunch of wavy lines. I'm sorry, this just isn't your lucky day.
All right, give me one.
All right.
Just because a fat man never passes up a Skittle.
All right. Here we go.
Red.
No.
No.
It was orange.
Let me go again.
Here.
No, I'm good.
I'll give you two of the same flavors. See if that helps.
No, I'm good.
So, Tommy, you got to go again here since you got it right. So, all right.
Do you know what color it is?
Yes.
Okay.
You know you got a pretty mouth.
Yellow?
No.
Ah.
No.
It tasted just like a yellow one.
So that's fact. I guess that's the case. Skit. We don't actually know what flavor Skittles are, just except for the smell. So like, now I'm gonna put this one in. And it's purple grape. I guess it does taste exactly the same as the other one. Yeah.
Interesting.
No, now I have a little bit of that grape taste in my mouth. Maybe because I know it's grape.
Oh God.
I don't want to know where you were going
No,
with that.
I stepped backwards.
All right. So with Skittles experiment, apparently, I don't know if anyone else had their mind blown by that today, but mine was blown by that today. So,
You know what blew my mind is the fact that I think Cowboy will appreciate this. You can get yourself an Oreo subscription now on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, so you can
Wow.
sign up and they will send you a special box of Oreos every month.
Nice. I just saw cinnamon.
Cinnamon
Oreo.
Oreos?
They had it at Walmart. They had cinnamon
Like
Oreos
Red
at
Hots?
Walmart.
where?
At Walmart,
Oh, for Valentine's Day.
apparently.
Yeah. Because I know they did like was it a pina colada flavor? I think was one of the new flavors for 2018.
And Tide
But-
Pod flavor.
Tide Pods. But the other thing too, speaking of Oreos, is Arby's is coming out with with an Oreo donut.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Back to Walmart and
Yeah.
Oreos.
Okay.
So I go in. This was a year or two ago. Went into Walmart. Me and my buddy were going fishing, and we bought the most delicious donut ever. It was an Oreo cream-filled donut at Dunkin' Donuts at Walmart. So we bought one. And we're like, oh, that's awesome. So we went back in and bought like another dozen and a half while we were going to go fishing. And then we go back the next day to buy more. And they go, whoa, no, sorry. We don't make that anymore. That's a summer donut. What the fuck do you mean a summer donut? I mean, seriously, what in the fuck is a summer donut?
Right.
I mean, it was like September 1st we went back in there. So, sorry. The moose outside should have told you we don't make. Like, really? You don't? It's a summer donut. And then, of course, next summer came and they don't have it anymore.
So we got some other people weighing in on the Facebook on the comments here. Everyone's saying hello.
Hey.
Let's see. We got
Roadkill.
Roadkill is on.
Jared.
Hey.
He said introducing Willie is still a career highlight for him.
And smoking weed was the second.
That would have been my top.
As far as Skittles go, Aaron says the greens are the worst. Apparently none of them. They're all the worst then to you, Aaron. They should all be because they're all the same damn thing.
Green Skittles, green sprees, disgusting. I agree. Aaron
but
knows
they're
what the
the
hell she's
same
talking
damn
about.
thing as all the rest of them.
Well, I don't know. Oh, maybe Skittles, but sprees definitely not.
And
try with sprees.
You've got quite a few fans weighing in here. So Chris is saying she misses Cowboy on the radio.
Well, thank you. Nobody will hire me. So this will be your only one.
I'm not sure who the young fella is. Sorry, and I get to hear Shap and JC, but I sure miss Cowboy, and I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
So
well, thank you. Like I said, I appreciate that very, 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 very much. I'd love to be back in a way at some point in time, but my job now is taking care of my boys.
Don't you worry. There's probably some program directors tuning in right now trying to see.
Oh yeah, there's program directors going.
They're just like, what can we get those guys in trouble for tonight? Let's see.
Jade says, Cowboy!
Who did?
Jade Holm.
Hey!
Pretty excited to see it.
Jade Holm.
She even put like a little emoji with a cowboy hat on it.
Jade Holm, hello.
Jeez, I like the.
I admit, yeah. Jade worked with us at the restaurant when I was
that's great.
when I was there. Yeah.
Nice.
I think she lives in the valley.
Sweet.
Illinois. Hello.
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 I still do that.
Do you really?
I still do that. Yeah, I stole that. I took that one from you.
And I ripped that off from Kevin Matthews. That's what they always said in radio. If you steal, it's called a good show prep.
That's right.
That's it.
Oh, beer down.
Oh, boy. So what else we got? I mean, I didn't see you didn't do any non-judgmental stuff this week, did you?
Yeah.
Everybody sucks ass. The end.
Cowboy took care of the non-judgmental stuff.
There
for
it
us.
is. Done. And then, I put something up there, too, because I was thinking about this. I was flipping through the other day on Reddit. It's one of my favorite places to go. It's great for show prep and whatnot. And then people were putting up videos of things that said, this is the most accurate representation of, and then it would be something, and then they'd have a clip of a video. So there was one that said, this is an accurate representation of how bees would act if they were put on the human head. And there was a clip from Wicker Man. So it was like complete opposite. I mean, it was all tongue in cheek. So there were a lot of those being. And so when I saw that clip of Wicker Man, it made me realize how much that movie made me angry. Wicker Man made me so angry. Have you seen Wicker Man? Anybody seen Wicker Man?
No, I have not.
But you're not missing much.
No,
I'll just tell you that it's
I know
it's
it was
Nick
horrible. I heard it was terrible.
It's Nick Cage,
Oh.
and he's awful, and the movie's terrible.
You can
And there's
pretty
a
much
few-
go through a whole line of Nick Cage movies that were horrible.
Yeah, and that made me angry. But that one made me the most angry out of the Nick Cage movies. The other one that I remember every time I think about it pisses me off is The Mist. You ever seen the movie The Mist?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Don't watch it because it'll piss
Okay.
you off.
You know what movie? What's the one with the girls playing baseball?
League of Their Own.
God, that movie pisses me off. That fucking bitch Kit. Whiny little bitch. Man, you're better. Well, that's because your sister's better than you. Shut the fuck up. Eat a Tide Pod. And shut the fuck up. She whined about, yeah, you're so better than me. And and then she dropped the ball at the end and made her sister feel. Just fuck it. The whole movie pisses me off. I hate that movie.
League of Their Own.
God.
On your
Tom
list.
Hanks is cool. Kit. Bitch. I was about ready to drop the C word, but I'm not doing that.
The way you were describing that's how you talk about Chicago Bears and how they treated Walter Payton.
Oh, I still hate the Bears.
Why you hate the Bears?
I still hate the Bears. Right now, I hate Andy Reid, that fat son of a bitch. God, Andy. I hope maybe I'll tag my friend Bob Fesco in the morning on 610 Sports out of Kansas City, Missouri. Is it Missouri?
Yes.
I don't know if they're
Yes.
in Missouri or if they're in Kansas.
They're in Missouri.
Hello. Yep. Andy Reid blew that game. Oh my God. So, but yeah, I still hate the Bears.
Yeah, so you're not going to be a Bear fan now that we've got Nagy?
Oh,
Nagy,
man,
or-
everybody was complaining. I'm like, Matt Nagy is going to be a great coach for the Bears. And I may, if they don't get rid of Bob Sutton for the Chiefs, I will not hate the Bears anymore.
Wow.
Because Matt Nagy is going to be a hell of a coach because, I mean, he called the plays for the Chiefs the last 5 weeks of the season, and the Chiefs scored great, and then Andy Reid decided to take over in the playoff game and screwed the pooch.
Well, didn't I hear something along the lines that Nagy scripted the first 15 plays? And
No,
then-
Andy Reid always scripted the first 15.
Oh, okay.
He always scripted the first 15, and then, Matt Nagy. But Matt Nagy was part of that as well. But
Yeah, and then Nagy was like, okay, I really want to go interview for this head coaching job. And then he's like, go ahead, I got it. It's good. Go
yeah.
ahead. Bye.
Oh, Andy Reid doesn't want him because he's a better offensive coordinator than what Andy Reid is. Andy Reid calls the plays, and the Chiefs just blew. Me and my boy Dylan were so pissed off after that.
You at least finally got to see your Cubs in the World Series, though.
Yes, that was awesome. Cried like a baby.
Did you?
Yeah.
You got to meet your Harry Carey impersonation.
I got to meet Ernie
You
Banks.
and I you called me and said,
Yep.
"Hey, can you help me with this?" And I think I helped you put that thing.
Yeah,
together,
when we were
right?
working together, I did
Yeah.
that Harry Carey thing and ended up winning a dinner with Ernie Banks at Harry's.
Because your Harry
And-
Carey was so good?
Yeah, and there was only like 3 of us that entered, but it was still pretty good.
Your Harry Carey's awesome.
Really good, yeah.
And I got to meet Ernie Banks, and we're sitting there at dinner. Now, God rest Ernie Banks, God rest his soul, but we were sitting there eating dinner, and he keeps asking if my mother-in-law lives with us. Does your mother-in-law with you? No. She should. And he's getting pissed. I'm like, really? Now, this is probably like after 2-3 bottles of wine in him. And then we're sitting there eating, and I'm having my peppercorn steak, and all of a sudden, I'm about ready to take a bite, and he asked Mrs. Cowboy, "Did you breastfeed?" Ernie Banks just
Mr.
asked my
Cub.
wife if she breastfed. She's like, no. And then he asked if my mother-in-law lived with us again. it was everybody's going, oh, you're getting to have dinner with Ernie Banks. What an experience. And we're like, after an hour and a half going, I want to get out of here.
Does your mother-in-law breastfeed?
Well, I hope she did.
Well, and then he said, what just floored me, I asked him, I'm trying to ask him a little bit about baseball and the Cubs and this and that, about the Cubs winning the World Series. He said, we don't need to win no damn World Series. Ernie Banks just asked my wife if she breastfed, and now saying the Cubs don't need to win a World Series because he said everybody dies. I'm not shitting you. You can't make that up. Everybody who wins dies.
Once you win,
you die.
Well, I mean, how many Cub fans died after the Cubs won the World Series? Like, they waited, they held that. Like,
It was awesome. I mean, that was an awesome experience.
Yeah. So I mean, there was, and the way it all unfolded and happened too, I mean, just so historic. So, and then 3 LCSs in 3 straight years. So, and they're probably not done yet. So they're still got a window open. So don't worry, JC, our team's getting better. It's getting better. So
We'll get there. We've already been there.
I think this.
We'll get our one. I'm okay. I think Cub fans are like that. Oh, we got our one. It's all good. We had and then on top of that, they had like 17 million people show up for a.
It's kind of true.
rally.
I mean, you win the World Series, and now what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah. Well,
It's tough, man. Like I have tons of respect for the St. Louis Cardinals organization.
and every Cardinal fan.
Best fans of baseball.
Well, we got 20 rings. Look at all the rings we got. You got one. Yeah. But we don't live in a shithole.
Fun.
Funny, I don't remember President Trump mentioning St. Louis as a shithole, but hey.
Well, he should. He should.
Well, he said his words were misrepresented. He wasn't talking about Haiti.
Yes.
He wasn't talking about Africa. He was actually talking about St. Louis.
That's right.
By the way, Aaron says, have you ever seen Cowboy act drunk? Unbelievably convincing and hilarious.
Was he drunk?
Do you know Aaron?
Aaron.
Harkins Bach.
Yes, I know her.
All right. She says, you're a hilarious drunk.
I probably know the face. The
No,
name has kind of eluded me for...
I think what she's trying to say is, have you ever seen him act drunk? That he was not actually drunk; he was acting like he was drunk.
Acting like I was drunk.
Yeah,
many times.
Black
Not gonna be done here because then you won't know the difference.
hey, we're about ready to wrap up, but We brought up another name from the past
Oh, my
that you were
God.
associated with last week on the show. When's the last time we talked to Nick Gale?
About 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I messaged that guy. Yeah, I haven't been able to get a hold of him in forever. So not that I've
I
tried
mean,
a ton.
it
but-
was hard getting a hold of him, but it was about 6 months ago. He was going to come out to the house at one point, but
Yeah?
something happened.
He's
and didn't do it.
What shift is he on LS? Do you know? Mm-mm. All right. Well, we're trying to get him out here to come on the
Oh,
podcast.
that'd be awesome.
So
We love Nick Gale.
You got to have a bonfire.
Yes.
Have him jump over it.
Moonshine.
Hi, and then we can get me and the Nick Galester together again. Oh, me and my owl lighter.
We had so much fun with him, but I'm nervous.
He got
to-
pulled over on the way back from my house. He
Okay,
had war
we're going
paint.
there.
He took one of my boys' markers and marked all over his face, and then drove home. And when you're in Lamoille and the cop don't know your car, you're gonna get pulled over.
It was Cherry. He got pulled over in Cherry.
yeah.
And he had the war paint on, and he
Yes.
probably had about at least a case of old style down at that
yeah.
time point in time.
And I think he said,
he was living with me at the time.
Well, and he goes-
and he came
'cause
home,
I
and I was
was-
like, "What happened? Why? What took you so long to get
Oh,
home?"
me and Cowboy, we was drinking.
yeah. And I was at your house. I was there that night. We were there. We were drinking. We were playing cards. And
I hope we don't get him in trouble telling this story.
we were playing cards. We were in our early 20s. I'm sure, we've
Yeah.
all changed.
So that would have
since
put me at like 40.
So, but we were playing cards at your house, and I think like Nick didn't know what he was doing, because I remember I robbed his entire pot of.
Were we playing poker or 3-card?
We were playing poker, playing Hold'em,
Yeah.
and we were playing with pennies, and I took all of his pennies.
Which is like a week
And he-
pay when you're in radio.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, all right, I'm done, whatever. And he grabbed your kid's markers and started like putting war paint on.
Hey, do you mind if I grab this black marker? I'm going to do my impersonation of Al Jolson. And he would black marker all over. Hey!
And then
Good old Nick.
Al
Jolson.
But he dropped. He
It's
dropped
Al
your.
Jolson in negative.
But he said, oh, the guy. I guess when he got pulled over, the cop pulled him over and said, hey, where you been? He's like, oh, I was just hanging out with my buddy Chris.
I was at Cowboy's house. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Heading on.
He was.
I don't think he was like drunk.
No.
But he had markers all over his face and had a few beers and any other.
He almost singed his balls at one point that night, right?
over the bonfire.
He kept jumping over a bonfire.
And then there was
Wearing
your buddy
his overalls.
Chris came over to my house wearing tight leather pants. I was like, what in the hell is this guy coming over to my house wearing tight leather pants? And I have like a 50-foot tall blue spruce in the front of the house. It's huge. And he goes, look at that Christmas bush. Since when is a bush 50 foot tall?
Yeah, I remember that one.
He had fun.
Oh shit! That was when before you even moved.
That was the
when
old
you had the
house.
little
That was the
tiny
old,
place.
yeah, the little house, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And the shitter was on the
yeah.
You had to have a
stoop.
subfloor for my
Yeah.
weight. I had to build a subfloor for that toilet for my poop knife. Not only did I need a poop knife, I had to have a subfloor for my toilet.
It was amazing because I'm like only I would come to Cowboy's house and he would have his
you're
shitter on a pedestal.
Yes.
Like you're sitting on a throne.
It was a literal throne on a throne.
It was awesome.
It was, yeah, because your bathroom was like one of the biggest rooms in that house, I think.
Yeah, good. Well,
Well, your
'cause
laundry was in there and
laundry
you had a
room
big-
and everything.
Big tub.
Knocked down a wall. Oh, this'll only take like a month and a half for us to do. Shit. It was like, Mrs. Cowboy just got pregnant when we started it. And we were still finishing it when Bubba was born. I mean, we still hadn't had
How old is Bubba now?
8 freaking teens.
That's wild.
18.
Yeah, he
Gonna
was-
graduate from LP this year.
Wow.
Yeah, he was I think 3 or 4 when I moved out.
Yeah,
here,
he was
so
young.
2 or 3. So that's wild. Oh.
Full of shit.
we've been
Oh
out
my
of that
God,
one.
is that kid full of shit. Can't speak, but he's got the belushy eyes where he'll talk to you with his eyes.
Yeah.
And, does he love girls? Oh. The worst thing I ever did was teach him boobies. Because this is boobies.
Yeah.
I said, you want to go see some girls with some boobies? And so we're at Hooters, and he's doing this. Oh, my God. And the waitress goes, just kind of looks at him and go, he's saying Cubs, Chiefs. That's how.
And Bubba, and for people who are just tuning in, don't know the backstory stuff. Bubba has CP.
Yep.
And he's in a wheelchair.
Nonverbal.
Great kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Good kid. Goes to LP. Going to be 18.
Wow.
No, he's going to graduate. I think we're going to try to get him in Lamoille because there ain't no way in hell he's going to survive a graduation with 300 kids.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he has a Kindle playing Barney somewhere, it's going to be. So I think
still likes Barney.
He still see that's what's weird. He still likes Barney and the Wiggles, but he'll watch The Sopranos. He loves The Sopranos and girls and boobs, and I mean, so he's kind of like me, minus the Barney. Still watches Smokey and the Bandit like 10 times a frickin' day.
That's awesome.
I shit you not. 10 times a day. He goes in there and he'll go, which was Smokey. He'll go, and B for Bandit. He'll go. Watching Smokey and the Bandit pissing Mrs. Cowboy off, and he still watches it until the DirecTV came out and upgraded our service, and now that's off the DVR. So he's a little upset at the moment.
Dad, give me the DVD at least. Come on, Dad. What do you say? Should we wrap this sucker up?
I think
I gotta say hi to Brandon. I've mentioned Dylan and I've said James, but I didn't mention Brandon.
Brandon says dilly dilly.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
We yelled that during Dylan playing basketball. And the principal just kind of looked at me. Because, I mean, beer commercial. Every time Dylan scored a point, I'd go, dilly dilly. That's not allowed in our school, Mr. Turno.
Is that a beer commercial?
Yeah, you've never seen the dilly dilly? Oh,
you've never? How the hell have you not seen Dilly Dilly?
It's like one of the biggest commercials of the year. Hold on 1 second here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull this.
This
up
is
for you.
awesome. How could you? The Pit of Misery? Oh, you gotta watch this.
Here you go, buddy.
I skipped TV. I watch a lot of Netflix.
Best ad ever.
Oh.
End of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
That's not the best one. The best one's a Pit of Misery.
It's I don't know.
That's this one here.
Is that this one here?
Yeah.
No, that's just dilly
Yeah,
dilly.
I don't. I'm not sorry. Not.
No, that's the new one.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Greg, you're alive. Where'd you go?
Get beer.
Wait, so you escaped the pit of misery and you came back?
Yeah, with Bud Light.
That is the dumbest thing that I ever...
Shut up, Doug.
Yeah, shut up, Doug. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
So, what'd I miss?
Kevin cried. No, I didn't. Yes, you did.
Here's to the...
So, like, there wasn't the first ad, though? Like, they all come in and they all bring him Bud Light, and they all say, dilly dilly, when he bring him Bud Light, but then, like...
The second one, the guy reminds me of you because he goes like, this is a port wine that I've really been into lately. Every time I watch it, I'm thinking, that's JC. Every time.
Earlier tonight from Conversation, our guest last week, Jamie, weighed in on the comments and said, you shut your whore mouth. Go Cubs, Cardinals suck.
That a girl.
Well, you know. Yeah. There we go. What are you doing now?
I'm trying to find the damn port
dilly
wine
dilly?
thing. Is it the banquet thing?
Pit of Misery.
Sir Jeremy, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Madam Susan, you are an even truer friend of the crown. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. What
this one.
Is that?
This is a spiced honey mead wine that I have really been into lately.
JC.
So, dilly dilly, right?
Please follow Sir Brad. He's going to give you a private tour of the Pit of Misery.
I'm sorry, what? Pit of misery, dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
No, I've never
Bud
seen
Light,
this.
brewed to be America's favorite light lager.
Wow. I got Dylan T-shirt made with Arrowhead logo and it says Dilly Dilly on it.
Nice.
I'm waiting for him to get expelled from school.
You don't have to deal with the issues with the clothing and any of that stuff.
No.
All right.
No.
So what are you doing nowadays?
I stay home with the boys.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Stay
home with Dylan. Stay home with Brandon. Stay home with James. Summers are a lot of fun.
Hey, at least you got that pool to keep them busy.
We got the pool, and now the boys are old enough so Daddy can go golfing once in a while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, your kids were golfing with you for a little bit too.
Yeah, they went out and they were actually better than I am because I suck at it. I just like to go out and hit the drive the.
I was so
cart.
pissed. I was so pissed when I found out you were going golfing because when back in the co-hosting days. He was like, "Come on, we're gonna go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Come on."
Yeah, I haven't been fishing in like 10 years.
Look at this beauty. It's a beauty right here.
Yeah, catfishing.
Yeah, with his stink bait, and losing the keys in the truck in the Blue Angel. Dude, the Blue Angel.
Couldn't find the freaking keys.
Well, it's because your whole truck was like a garbage can. The whole front seat was just a garbage can full of stuff.
Mountain Dew bottles everywhere.
Me on the one side of the garbage pile, you on the other side of the garbage pile. And his keys managed to get lost somewhere in the garbage pile. And like the first hour plus we were supposed to be fishing, we spent searching for the keys.
Yeah.
Until we finally found them.
And then another hour looking for shad, looking for the bait. And then by the time we got ready, time to go.
Yeah. But anyways, we go fishing. And I'm not.
This is Shap cast. This is what I remember. Shap, most guy, you cast it out, reel it, put it in. No, Shap goes like this. Hang on to my vape there. Shap would get ready. He'll go around, and then he would. I gotta take these off here real quick. Then he'd sit there and he'd go. He would literally jump almost out of the damn boat, and then it goes across, and then it hits the bank. And then it's like fishing with my fucking kids.
I'm not a fisherman at all. That's my whole point of the story. When I found out you were like, "Oh, let's go golfing," you're going golfing with your kids. I'm like, "Motherfucker! All those time you made me go fishing, I wanted to go golfing," and you're like, "Golf's for pussies. I ain't doing that."
Well, when you get old like me, that's the way to go. Drive a cart and every once in a while hit a ball.
Well, this has been fun.
I shot a 72
for 9 or 18
for one. That's pretty fucking good.
72.
Literally, it's like 5 foot all over the damn place down the field.
Oh, I think this has been a lot of fun. We'll have to have Cowboy come back around. I think he got to let loose a little bit, have a little fun himself. So we thank you guys for tuning in to our 10th episode of Guys Not on the Radio podcast. Shap, JC, our silent member of the crew, DJ Hot Lips.
You just spit on the microphone.
Sorry about that.
And that's why they don't have you
I know,
talk.
that's why I don't talk.
The mic's rusting. Look at it. It's rusting.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it.
And that's how Billy comes along, right?
Yeah.
So we will see you guys next week. Do you need some goodbye music here, JC? I got some stuff ready to go.
All right, go
you
for
ready?
it. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you guys next week. Next Friday, is that the plan?
Next Friday plan.
Well, that's the plan. We'll see what happens. Have a good one, everybody.
See you.